2005, those crazy mad scientists at Treasure were up to something devious, as they brought back the hyperkinetic bullet-held madness from their classic Genesis title, Gunstar Heroes, to the Game Boy Advance. After a long 12 years, shmup fiends could finally rejoice the return of blue, red, yellow, and all those other colors in this, Gunstar Super Heroes. In the tradition of games like Contra and Metal Slug, the original Gunstar Heroes is an intense 2D side-scrolling shoot-'em-up, and was the first game developed by Treasure. Well, as long as you don't count McDonald's Treasure Land Adventure that came out the same day. But let's just pretend that never happened. But anyways, Gunstar Heroes remains one of the most beloved titles the company has ever done, and somehow they managed to fit all of that carnage into the portable realm. And don't worry, Gunstar Super Heroes isn't just a port of that original masterpiece. As cool as that would be too, this is a pure sequel that picks up where the last one left off and steps up the frantic gameplay to all new levels. The controls feel pretty similar to the original, except for the fact that both the blue and red characters can now utilize fixed and free shot modes, and there's some new close combat melee maneuvers. And I gotta say, it's totally awesome to jump kick, slide, sword slash, and shoryuken your way through countless enemies. And another slight change is that you've got 3 weapons to choose from, one of which is specific to your character, and you can charge up a super meter which is used for screen wiping attacks. And this is done simply by piling up the bodies. And overall, the controls are tight. Although your character zips around so quickly, it will definitely take some practice if this is your first Gunstar experience. So there's 6 stages that are split up into a few different parts, and although those different sections don't last very long, just a few minutes each, those few minutes will leave your knuckles white and your eyes peeled. The action changes up a lot too, going from the typical side-scrolling fare into riding on top of your jet, blowing away incoming missiles, to even some spaceship shooter style stages. And the presentation is just great. All the levels look fantastic, with tons of scaling and rotation effects, and a vibrant color palette. And man, there's some rockin' music and non-stop explosion sounds to really seal the deal. But don't stare at all the pretty colors too long, or you won't last a minute. Easy mode is approachable to almost anyone, but the normal and hard modes might tempt you to leave your Game Boy Advance underneath the tire of some random car. But still, it's definitely a blast. And if you can get into these kinds of games, the crazy action sequences you'll get yourself into are well worth the potential hair loss. And you'll find tons of enjoyment in this great follow-up to the original classic.